I'm Preetham Naikavi from Civil Department. Contents: administrative approval, tender and its process, pre-qualification, security deposit, breach of contract, and suspension of work. Administrative approval. Administrative approval typically refers to the process which certain action decisions request within an organization and reviewed and authorized individuals in administrative roles. This process is often in place to ensure that actions align with organization policies, procedures, and goals. Administrative approval is common in various contexts, including business, government, educational, and non-profit. Key points that administrative approval include: authorization process. Administrative approval involves seeking permission or clearance from individuals in administrative positions before carrying out certain activities. This could include projects, expenditure, policy changes, or any other significant actions. Hierarchy and responsibility. The level of authority required for approval often depends on the nature and impact of decision. Policy adherence. The approval process ensures that actions are consistent with established policies and guidelines. Risk management. Administrative approval is a key component of risk and management. Tender and its process. Tender is a formal written offer or proposal to provide goods or services at a specified price following a structured procurement process. It is a common method such as organization, business, and government agencies to invite bids from qualified suppliers or service providers. Here is an overview of tendering process. Identification of need. The process identifies a need for goods and services. This could be a project, the supply of products, or provision of specific services. Development of tender documents. The organizations create detailed tender documents, including a request for tender or invitation to tender. These documents outline the project requirements, including specification, terms and conditions, evaluation criteria. Publication of tender. The organization publishes the tender documents, making them access of potential suppliers. Pre-qualification. Pre-qualification is a process used in procurement and business to access, evaluate the qualification, capabilities, and sustainability of potential suppliers or contractors before inviting them to submit formal bids and proposals. Here is an overview of pre-qualification process. Development of pre-qualification documents. The organization creates pre-qualification documents which typically include information about the project, eligibility criteria, technical specifications, financial requirements. Announcement and invitation. The pre-qualification process is announced and invitations are expressed to potential suppliers or contractors to express the interest in participating. Submissions of pre-qualification documents. Interested suppliers or contractors submit the pre-qualification documents providing information about their qualifications. Security deposit. A security deposit is a financial arrangement in which a party, often tenant or a contractor, provides a sum of money to another party, typically a landlord, a service provider, or project owner, as a form of security potential or a breacher to contract. Rental agreements. Tenant deposit. In leasing agreements, landlords are often required tenant to pay security deposit upfront. This deposit acts as protection for the landlord in the case of tenant caused damage to the property, violates the terms of the lease, or fails to pay rent. Business contracts. Performance bonds. In business contracts, particularly in construction or service agreements, a security deposit or a performance bond may be required. This ensures that the contractor or service provider completes a project or fulfills the contractual obligations. Breach of contract. A breach of contract occurs when one party legally binding an agreement fails to fulfill its obligations as specified in contract. Contracts are legally enforceable agreements between two or more parties that outline the terms and conditions governing their relationship. A breach of contract that can various, including failure to perform. One party may fail to fulfill its obligation under the contract, such as delivering goods or services as agreed upon. Incomplete performance. If one party partially performs its obligation but does not complete them fully or according to terms specified in the contract. Delay in performance. If a party fails to perform within the time frame specified in the contract. Defective performance. If the goods or services provided do not make the quality standards specified in the contract. Suspension of work. The suspension of work in the context of contractual agreement refers to the temporary halt or the interruption of the performance of the contracted work. This situation can arise for various reasons and is often addressed in terms of terms and conditions of a contract. Common reasons of the suspension work include mutual agreement. Both parties may agree to temporarily suspend the work for various reasons, such as a needed additional time to resolve issues. Force majeure: the occurrence of unforeseen events beyond the control of the parties, such as natural disasters, war, or other emergency, may lead to the suspension of work. Client's request: the party that initiated contract or may request suspension of work due to financial considerations. The contractor may request suspension uh, in encounters as unexpected difficulties. Thank you.